My child, listen closely, because this moment is not ordinary, and heaven is not speaking to you casually. God says that the weight in your heart, the restlessness in your spirit, the sudden thoughts that come and go like whispers in the wind, none of it is random. You may feel confused at times, you may wonder why certain situations repeat themselves, why certain people pull away, why your inner voice becomes louder on some nights and completely silent on others. But today, God is giving you a message that carries urgency, love, protection, and a warning that comes not to frighten you, but to save you from a path that you were never meant to walk alone. Archangel Michael stands beside this message, holding a light so strong it pierces through every shadow around you. He says, with a firm and trembling voice, that he has tried many times to reach you, to guide you, to protect you, and to pull you away from unseen danger. But this moment, this second right now, is the one he cannot allow you to miss. For he says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your. And though his words tremble, his strength remains. My child, God is telling you that danger is not always something loud, dramatic, or explosive. Sometimes danger is silent. Sometimes danger looks like a familiar smile. Sometimes it disguises itself as a routine, as a person you trust, as a path you think is harmless. Sometimes it approaches slowly, quietly, and gently, until suddenly you are too close to step back. That is why Archangel Michael is pleading with you today. Not because he sees you weak, but because he sees you unaware. Heaven sees what your eyes cannot. They see conversations spoken in hidden places, decisions made behind closed doors, intentions people hide behind carefully crafted words. They see the emotional traps set around you, the opportunities that look good but are harmful, the people who pretend to care but carry motives that would break your heart. God says that what is coming your way is not meant to destroy you. But it could distract you so deeply that you miss the blessing already prepared for you. And this is why heaven is stepping in before anything unfolds further. My child, you are being pulled into a moment of extreme spiritual importance. There is something you were supposed to receive, something with your name already written on it, something meant to reach your hands, your life, your destiny. But someone close to you, not far, not a stranger, has been making moves that would interfere with this divine gift. God says you have been waiting for a breakthrough, praying for clarity, asking for a sign, longing for a shift. And heaven heard you every single time. But as the blessing began moving toward you, so did certain energies and intentions that were never meant to cross paths with your destiny. This is why Michael is raising his voice. This is why God is touching your spirit right this moment. The urgency is not punishment, it is protection. You may wonder why your discernment has been stronger lately, why you suddenly feel tired around certain people, why conversations that once felt comfortable now feel heavy, why you sense something is not right even when everything looks normal on the surface. God says, because your spirit knows what your eyes cannot yet see. Your intuition has been activated. Your dreams have carried messages. Your sudden emotional shifts are not meaningless, they are warnings, alignments, and divine signs. You are being shifted away from something that could cause deep harm and towards something that will save your life, your future, and your peace. Archangel Michael says he has stood guard over you for years, even in moments when you didn't pray, even in moments when you felt alone, even in moments when you thought no one had your back. He shielded you from decisions that would have broken your life. He protected you from people who pretended to love you but were only using you. He stood between you and every silent danger that tried to creep into your path. But this time, he says the danger is different. This time, the threat is subtle, emotional, and spiritual. This time, it requires more than his shield, it requires your attention. He says that heaven has already intervened on your behalf many times without you even knowing, but this moment requires you to be awake, aware, and listening. God says there is something you are about to receive, something you should have received already, but it was blocked by someone else's intention. It could be a message, an opportunity, a confession, a revelation, or even a shift in your relationships. Something that was meant to reach you was delayed because someone attempted to distort or hide it. But heaven will no longer allow interference. God says, "My child, I am revealing the truth now because it can no longer wait." You may feel like your life has been standing still, like blessings take too long, like answers come slowly, but this has not been because you are forgotten. It has been because someone around you has been influencing the energy around you, knowingly or unknowingly. Someone whose presence creates confusion. Someone whose energy clouded your clarity. Someone whose intentions are not aligned with your highest good. This does not mean they are evil, it simply means they are not meant to walk with you into the next chapter. And if you continued trusting them, following them, or depending on them, the blessing meant for you would remain out of reach. My child, God is telling you that the tragedy Michael warns you about is not an event meant to destroy you, it is a situation meant to wake you up. A sudden emotional shift, a sudden revelation, a sudden truth, or a sudden ending may unfold. Not to break you, but to protect you. What you think is falling apart is actually falling into place. What you think is collapsing is actually clearing your path. Heaven will remove anything that blocks your blessing. Heaven will expose anything that interferes with your destiny. Heaven will push you away from anything that tries to derail your purpose. Archangel Michael says, "You were chosen. You were marked for something extraordinary. But your heart has been distracted. Your trust has been misplaced. And I cannot protect you if you keep ignoring the signs." He says he will never stop loving you. But he cannot keep speaking if you continue silencing your own intuition. This moment is the turning point. If you ignore this message, he steps back, not out of punishment, but because heaven cannot guide a spirit that refuses to listen. But you are listening right now. You are reading these words not by coincidence, not by accident, but because your spirit is aligned with divine timing. God says that reassurance is already on the way. A blessing is already shifting toward you. A message carrying truth is approaching. Something you have been waiting for, something you have prayed for, something you thought would never come, is already in movement. You will receive into your hands. Your life, your home, or your path, something that changes your direction and restores your peace. This blessing will arrive suddenly, unexpectedly, and clearly. You will know it is from God because it will solve the very thing that has been weighing heavily on your heart. It will end confusion. It will bring clarity. It will give you emotional freedom. My child, you must prepare yourself for a divine awakening. God says you have been carrying emotional weight that was never meant to be yours. You have been trying to heal people who keep hurting you. You have been holding on to hope for someone who does not hold you the same way. You have been giving energy to situations that drain your soul. And heaven has been watching. You deserve better. You deserve peace. You deserve clarity. You deserve protection. And this is why God is stepping in forcefully today. A shift is coming. A revelation is coming. A message is coming. And your spirit must be ready. God says, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. I am with you even when you cannot feel me. Your fear is not a sign of danger, it is a sign of transformation. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. What feels heavy now will feel holy later, my child. In the coming days, you will notice signs. You will feel intuitive nudges. You will sense spiritual guidance. You will see truth unfold. Trust it. Trust God. Trust Michael. Trust your spirit. Let go of what your intuition pushes you away from. Hold on to what brings peace to your soul. For God says, you are protected. You are loved. You are safe. And the blessing coming your way will not miss you this time. You are not reading this message, your soul is receiving it. And heaven is watching over you with unshakable love, my child. Breathe. Because what I am about to give you is not just a message, it is a divine intervention meant only for you in this exact second of your life. You asked for an urgent message, a spiritual message, a message without headings, and I will give it to you exactly the way God places it into your spirit. Let the words pour into you like warm light, because what you are reading now is not an accident, not a coincidence, not a random moment scrolling through your day. This is a spiritual rescue. This is a divine interruption. This is God stepping into your path at the exact second your soul needed it most. My child, God says that Archangel Michael has been standing right beside you for a long time, guiding you, shielding you, preparing you, whispering warnings into your intuition that you could feel but couldn't explain. And now Michael speaks again, not softly, not gently, but urgently, with a fire in his voice because the moment is serious. He says, "My child, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way, and I am trying to save your life. I am giving you this message as your protection. You are about to receive something into your life that will shift everything. You feel it, don't you? That strange tension in your heart that comes whenever God is trying to draw your attention back to Him. There are days when you feel heaviness for no clear reason. There are nights when sleep becomes difficult even though your body is tired. There are moments when you feel watched, moments when you feel protected, moments when you feel guided, and moments when you feel afraid. All of these signals have been pointing you here, to this moment, to this message, to this divine warning wrapped inside God's promise that nothing will go wrong with you as long as you trust Him. My child, something has been happening behind your back, spiritually, emotionally, and in the lives of the people connected to you. Heaven has been watching every step, every conversation, every hidden intention. Every silent prayer you whispered and every tear you didn't let fall has been collected by angels. But at the same time, there are people, energies, and situations operating in the shadows that want to pull you down, distract you, confuse you, or block what God is preparing for your future. God saw something last night that you didn't. Something was planned, something was spoken, something was moved, something was attempted, and heaven intercepted it before it even reached you. This is why Archangel Michael is speaking with such urgency. Because the time is sensitive. Something big is shifting around you, and whether you believe it or not, your life is standing on the edge of a spiritual turning point. Michael says this is not a joke. He says this is not just another message. He says this is the moment you choose whether you allow heaven to intervene or whether you walk blindly into the path of something that was never meant to touch you, my child. Listen closely. A big tragedy was forming around you, something that could have impacted your peace, your future, your trust, your relationships, or your financial stability. This tragedy is not God's plan. It is not heaven's plan. But negativity, jealousy, deception, and the spiritual actions of certain people can create storms that you never invited into your life. And for a long time, Michael has been stepping in front of every arrow meant for you. Some of the battles you survived were battles you never even saw. Some of the dangers never reached you because angels blocked them in the spiritual realm before they could enter the physical world, but now things are shifting. Now the season is changing. Now you are being prepared for something new, something bigger, something sacred, something destined. And whenever destiny approaches, the spiritual atmosphere becomes active. Michael says that this message is being delivered to you because you are about to receive something. It could be a revelation, a blessing, a warning, a breakthrough, a financial shift, or an answer you have been praying for. But it is something that enters your life with power. My child, God knows the weight on your heart. He knows the questions you ask silently. He knows when you feel abandoned and when you feel strong. He knows when you doubt yourself and when you try to stay hopeful. He knows the moments when you feel alone even in a room full of people. And He knows how hard you have been trying to hold yourself together. God says you are safe. God says nothing will go wrong with you. God says He is already ahead of every danger that tries to approach. God says He is not too late. God says everything that attempts to rise against you will fall before you. God says the tragedy forming against you cannot touch you because His protection is stronger than anything planned in the shadows. But God also says this: you must listen. Because when heaven warns you, it is because heaven wants to save you. There are things you must be aware of. There are actions you must avoid. There are people whose true intentions you will soon see clearly. Someone has been acting differently around you, quieter, more curious, more observant. Someone has been speaking your name in conversations you were never supposed to hear. Someone has been troubled in their conscience because of something related to you. Someone has fear in their heart because they know something is coming to light. And someone who once ignored you will suddenly try to come closer to you, not out of love, but out of fear of losing their hold. My child, Michael says the tragedy was attempting to come from two directions: emotional and situational. Emotionally, someone wanted to pull you into a confusion or heartbreak that could weaken your spirit. Situationally, someone wanted to make a decision, speak a lie, or take an action that would have affected you indirectly. But heaven stepped in. Something blocked it. Something delayed it. Something stopped it from unfolding the way it was intended. That something is the divine shield around your life. You are going to feel a shift over the next few days, a shift in your atmosphere, your intuition, your energy, and in the behavior of certain people. Pay attention. Some people will accidentally reveal their true feelings. Some people will distance themselves. Some people will show you unusual kindness. Some people will show you unexpected irritation. All of this is part of what God is exposing. All of this is part of the truth that is rising to the surface, and in the middle of all this, a blessing is approaching you from an unexpected direction. This is what Michael meant when he said, "You will receive into your." This sentence was left open because heaven is still completing the plan. You are going to receive something: clarity, protection, a message, a gift, a sign, or an opportunity. But it is coming. And it is coming quickly, my child. I want you to feel the reassurance of God's voice as these words enter your heart. Nothing will go wrong with you. Even the danger that tried to rise has been captured by heaven. Even the storm that tried to form has been scattered. Even the emotional attack that was meant to shake you has been blocked. God has covered you. God has hidden you inside His protection. God has surrounded you with angels. And God is preparing your life for the next stage of your journey. There is something powerful inside you that you have not yet discovered. Something rare. Something divine. Something people feel when they meet you even if they do not understand it. Some are drawn to you because of your light. Some are intimidated by you because of your destiny. Some are jealous of you because you rise even when life throws challenges your way. And some feel guilty around you because they know they haven't treated you the way your soul deserved. My child, God says you have been too strong for too long. You have survived storms that were never meant to break you but were meant to shape you. You have walked through emotional battles that should have destroyed your peace but instead deepened your wisdom. You have fought through silent wars that no one knows about, wars in your mind, heart, and spirit. But now, heaven is shifting things. Your season of constant struggle is being replaced by a season of divine intervention. This is why the enemy tried to send tragedy your way, because something big is about to change in your favor. Whenever your breakthrough grows closer, attacks grow louder. Whenever your blessing is near, distractions become stronger. Whenever your destiny rises, fear tries to whisper into your heart, but God says, "Not this time. This time, heaven has blocked what was forming against you. This time, you will not fall into the emotional traps of others. This time, you will not be fooled by false words or hidden agendas. This time, you will rise higher than anyone expected. This time, God is stepping in directly. And this time, Michael says He will not allow you to walk blind, my child. In the next days you may feel a strange heaviness, or you may feel a sudden lightness, or you may feel an unexpected shift in your intuition. Pay attention. That is Michael guiding you away from the path that was dangerous. You may find yourself avoiding someone without knowing why. Trust that feeling. You may find yourself wanting silence instead of conversation. Listen to that. You may feel the urge to pray more. Follow that urge. It is heaven speaking to you. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even when you thought you didn't have support, you had angels. Even when you felt unprotected, you were surrounded. Even when you felt your life was falling apart, heaven was building something stronger behind the scenes. And now, finally, the truth that was hidden is coming to light. The danger that tried to reach you has been blocked. The tragedy that tried to form has been destroyed. The message that you needed has reached you. And the blessing you are about to receive is already moving toward your life. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. And God is not finished with your story. He has only just begun to rewrite it with miracles, my child. Be at peace. Trust. Pray. Listen. Heaven is speaking. And everything is going to turn in your favor. My child, God says this is an urgent moment for your spirit, and heaven has been watching your steps so closely that every breath you take right now is being guided with intention. Archangel Michael has been standing beside you since the moment you opened your eyes today, and he has been whispering to your soul over and over again because the time has come for you to hear something that can shift the entire direction of your life. He says, "My child, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way, and I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your life something that will change everything, but you must not ignore this message. Heaven speaks with urgency not to bring fear, but because they know how close you are to stepping into a moment that is bigger than you have imagined. God is not warning you to frighten you. God is reaching out because your safety, your peace, your destiny, and your blessings are all being aligned in this divine hour. You are not alone even for a second, even when you feel the world pulling away from you. God holds you tightly, and nothing will go wrong with you. You are wrapped in protection that no human eye can see but your spirit can feel. There has been a movement in the spiritual realm around you for days, a shift that even the angels have been watching with deep focus. Heaven says there is something approaching your life that you didn't expect. Something that could have gone wrong if God didn't step in early. This is why the message has come to you repeatedly. This is why your heart keeps getting pulled toward spiritual signs, dreams, and sudden thoughts that feel heavier than usual. God says, "My child, you are safe, but you must listen. I am preparing you for something that will not harm you but will reveal the truth behind what has been hidden. You are stepping into a moment where exposure, revelation, and divine clarity will open your eyes. Something that was meant to confuse you will instead make you stronger. Something that was supposed to break you will become the moment you rise." Archangel Michael has been pacing, anxious like a protective guardian who sees everything before it happens. His words echo in the spiritual world because he knows the importance of this message, and he knows the consequences of silence. He says, "Do not skip this. Do not turn away. I am trying to save your life." But understand this clearly, Michael is not warning you of physical harm, he is warning you of spiritual misdirection, emotional traps, and situations designed to weaken your confidence. Someone around you has not been honest. Someone has been carrying an energy that was weighing you down without your knowledge. Something was forming behind the scenes, but because of your faith, because of your prayers, because of your heart, God stepped between you and that situation. What you are about to receive into your life will replace every loss, every worry, and every fear. Something huge, unexpected, and life-changing is coming your way. God is preparing a breakthrough so powerful that even the angels are stunned. They did not expect this blessing to come this fast. They did not expect your destiny to open this widely in this moment. But God says when He decides to move, His timing cannot be stopped or delayed. The very moment you felt alone, heaven was orchestrating events for your protection. The moment you were confused, heaven was creating clarity. The moment you thought you were forgotten, God was writing a moment that only you are meant to receive. There is someone who has been watching you quietly, observing your strength, your patience, and your ability to endure. God says this person will play a role in your life soon in a way that will surprise you. You have been waiting for a shift in your life, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and the divine world has heard you. You may have thought your prayers were silent, but they reached heaven louder than you imagined. The angels say your heart's voice is louder than your spoken words. Every tear you hid, every moment you felt unheard, every time you stayed silent and kept faith, those moments became the reason heaven is stepping in today. God says, do not fear what is coming. The tragedy that was meant to touch your life will not succeed. The danger has already been removed. What looked like a tragedy from afar is not meant to destroy you. Instead, it was meant to awaken your spiritual senses so you could align with your destiny. You are stepping into a period of divine acceleration. Things that usually take years will happen in months. Things that usually require struggle will suddenly be easy. People who used to ignore you will begin to see who you truly are. And situations that once made you feel powerless will fall apart before they can reach you. Archangel Michael's urgency is not because something bad will happen to you. It is because he wants you to be prepared for the blessing that will enter your life so suddenly that you might mistake it for something overwhelming. He wants you to understand what is coming so that you embrace it with confidence instead of doubt. There is a situation that would have drained you emotionally if God didn't step in now. Someone's intentions toward you would have brought confusion into your life. But God has blocked it already. This is why you might have noticed recent changes, people distancing from you, unexpected silence, sudden misunderstandings, or emotional heaviness. These were divine separations. God removed what could not go where you are going next. You are being set apart because your next season needs a clean atmosphere. God says, I am taking you out of situations that secretly drained your energy. I am protecting you from plans that were hidden behind fake smiles. Someone close to you is going through something they have not told you, and part of their struggle would have affected you. Heaven is handling this situation, and you are being kept safe from the emotional burden it carries. Sometimes God protects you by keeping you unaware of certain truths until He finishes dealing with them. You are being protected in silence. There is also something being delivered into your life, something that has been delayed for a long time. A message, an opportunity, a breakthrough, or a connection that belongs to you is coming. God says you will receive into your hands something that will change the direction of your life. It is connected to your destiny. It is connected to something you lost. It is connected to a prayer you whispered long ago. You may not realize how close you are to receiving it, but heaven is moving right now. The spiritual world is aligning circumstances in your favor. Someone who once turned away from you will be guided back. Someone who once doubted you will see your worth. Someone who once blocked your blessings will be removed from your path. Heaven says the next few days are important. Pay attention to signs, dreams, repeated numbers, sudden thoughts, unexpected messages, or people showing up out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. Archangel Michael is guiding you, surrounding you, and preparing you. He is not angry with you, he is emotional because he cares so deeply for you. He knows the magnitude of what is coming. He knows how much your life is about to change. And he does not want you to miss the message that will position you for your blessing. God says you are safe. The tragedy has passed you. The danger has been cancelled. The sorrow has been redirected. What was meant for harm has become your protection. What was meant to break you has become the reason heaven is elevating you. What was meant to confuse you has become the doorway to your clarity. You are not losing anything, you are being prepared for something far better. You are not being punished, you are being purified. You are not being ignored, you are being guided. The blessing coming into your life will arrive suddenly. When it comes, you will understand why the last months felt heavy. You will understand why certain people distanced themselves. You will understand why heaven kept warning you. You will understand why Archangel Michael has been calling your name with such urgency. God says you will receive something so powerful, so divine, so unexpected that every part of your story will begin to make sense. Keep yourself calm. Keep yourself grounded. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing. God is with you, and nothing will go wrong with you. You are protected. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. And the urgent message you received today is heaven's way of telling you, everything that was once against you has been defeated, and everything that belongs to you is coming. My child, take a deep breath and allow these words to reach the deepest part of your spirit. Because what is being spoken to you right now is not accidental, not random, not a coincidence. This is a moment designed for you, placed in front of you, and delivered into your hands because heaven has been trying to get your attention for a long time. God sees what you cannot see, and Archangel Michael, the one who defends, protects, and stands at the doorway of danger before it touches his chosen ones, is speaking urgently because something is shifting around your life. You may not realize it yet, but there is a spiritual movement happening, and it concerns your safety, your path, your destiny, and the blessings that are scheduled for you. That is why Michael said, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. Not because he is angry, but because he knows how close you are to a turning point, a moment that will shape everything coming next. You have been feeling unusual energy around you recently, moments when your mind becomes heavy, moments when your heart feels unsettled, moments when you sense something around you but cannot understand what it is. God has been watching this. And he has seen the forces that tried to confuse you, distract you, weaken your faith, and pull you away from His guidance. And now God is sending this message because heaven is stepping in. Not to frighten you, not to scare you, but to protect you, to guide you, and to place divine clarity where the enemy tried to place fear. There is something coming into your life very soon, something unexpected, something powerful, something that will affect your path in a big way. That is why the message says a big tragedy is coming your way, not to frighten you, but to alert you, because what heaven calls a tragedy is not always physical harm or destruction. Sometimes a tragedy is a betrayal you didn't see coming. Sometimes it is a financial mistake that could take years to repair. Sometimes it is a relationship that ends in a way that pushes your life off course. Sometimes it is a decision made in a moment of confusion that leads to long-term regret. And sometimes it is simply the wrong person entering your life at the wrong time. Heaven knows what you cannot see yet, and Archangel Michael has positioned himself near you because he is trying to prevent something that would have deeply affected your peace, your stability, and your destiny. God is saying to you right now, my child, you are safe with me, but you must listen. I am with you, but you have to trust me. You are protected, but you cannot ignore my signs. There have been moments where you felt something pulling you in another direction, moments where you almost stepped into something that didn't feel right. Those moments were not your imagination. Those were warnings. Those were spiritual alarms. And every time you turned away, every time you paused, every time you hesitated, heaven celebrated because it meant you were avoiding a path that wasn't meant for you. But now comes the most important part of this message. You are about to receive something into your life, something that the enemy tried to block, something that negative energy tried to delay, something that your own doubts tried to push away. This is why Michael is speaking urgently. This is why the message says open immediately. You are not reading this by chance. Your spirit was aligned to receive this timing, this guidance, this protection. There is a blessing that has your name on it, already released, already on its way, but at the same time there is also a test, a distraction, a trap that was placed in your path. God wants you to know that He is not warning you to make you afraid. He is warning you so you can rise above what was meant to pull you down. The tragedy that heaven saw forming around you is connected to someone who has been carrying hidden intentions. Someone who smiles but hides worry. Someone who speaks kindly but carries confusion inside. Someone who has the power to influence your direction if you trust them at the wrong moment. Heaven is not revealing their identity yet because God wants you to focus on Him first, not on fear. Archangel Michael has been standing near your doorway, your dreams, your energy, and your spirit. He has been trying to shift things around you, and there were moments where you felt sudden heaviness, sudden pressure, sudden tiredness, or sudden emotional overwhelm. These were not coincidences. These were the moments when Michael was fighting for you spiritually, blocking what was trying to get closer to you, clearing what tried to attach to your energy, and protecting you from unseen negativity. And each time He did that, he hoped you would sense his presence. Sometimes you did. Sometimes you didn't. But he never left you, yet now, he is speaking strongly because you are standing at a doorway of destiny. Something is coming into your life that will change your path, something you will receive into your. And heaven will reveal the rest when your heart is calm enough to hear it without fear. For now, God wants you to understand that what you are about to receive is connected to restoration, healing, stability, and divine direction. Whether it is a message, a phone call, an opportunity, a revelation, or a shift in someone's behavior, it will carry the energy of divine truth. And every truth that arrives removes what was hidden in the dark. The enemy wanted you distracted enough to miss this message. Negative forces wanted your mind tired enough to ignore this. But you did not miss it. You did not skip it. You opened it, and heaven is acknowledging your spirit for that. Michael said he would stop talking if you ignored this, not because he would stop protecting you, but because ignoring signs weakens your spiritual alignment. But you opened it. You listened. And in doing so, you reconnected yourself to divine flow. God sees the pain you have been holding inside, the confusion you tried to hide, the questions you keep asking in silence. He sees the nights when you felt alone even while surrounded by people. He sees the moments you questioned why certain things happened the way they did. He sees the betrayal that still echoes sometimes in your heart. He sees the disappointments you tried to forget. And he sees the strength you showed even when you felt weak. That is why this message has reached you. This is heaven reassuring you that you are not walking alone. You have never walked alone. Even when people left you, God didn't. Even when situations broke you, angels gathered around you. Even when you doubted yourself, heaven believed in you. And even when you were silent, your spirit was crying out for guidance. God is sending comfort into your life. The fear you have been carrying is not yours. The heaviness in your chest is not yours. The anxiety you feel when you think about your future is not yours. These emotions were placed by situations, not by destiny. And God is breaking them off you now. He is removing the weight that does not belong to you. He is opening a path that was blocked for too long. He is restoring your strength. He is cleaning your spiritual atmosphere. You are safe. You are guided. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. There is a change coming that will impact you emotionally. Heaven is preparing your heart. Something you learn soon will help you understand why God kept you away from certain people, certain places, certain conversations, and certain decisions. You will realize that what you thought was rejection was actually divine protection. What you thought was a delay was actually preparation. And what you thought was loss was actually the removal of something that would have harmed your future. Every moment of confusion will make sense. Every unanswered question will find clarity. Every hidden truth will be revealed. And every part of you that felt broken will be healed. God is saying, my child, trust me. I am with you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Heaven is holding your hand through this transition. You are moving into a new spiritual chapter, and this chapter begins with truth, protection, and divine favor. Archangel Michael has sealed your path. God has surrounded you with light. And you will walk forward with confidence, peace, and divine strength. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved. And what is coming next will change everything for the better. This message reached you because it was meant for you, and God